And now, Fairfax Breakfast Club with your host, Basil Lemba.
Welcome to the Fairfax Breakfast Club. My name is Basil Lemba and I will be your host. The Fairfax Breakfast Club is a weekly program in which we bring you valuable and workable know-how you can use to improve your networking skills and grow your business. We always start the show with a quote. Today's quote, in fact, is the two next traits of geniuses. The first one will be the ability to judge. Try to understand the fact of a situation before you judge. Evaluate things on an open-minded, unprejudiced basis and be willing to change your mind. The next one is enthusiasm. Geniuses are so excited about what they are doing, it encourages others to cooperate with them. Really believe that things will turn out well. Don't hold back. With us today in the studio, we have a very special guest, someone who shows a lot of enthusiasm, and her name is Barbara. Hello, Barbara.
Hello, Basil.
How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
All right. Why don't you tell the audience what you do exactly?
Well, first of all, Basil, I'd love to thank you for having me here.
My pleasure.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay.
What do? I am the Business Development Associate for Eye Care Corporation. We're located in Ashburn, Virginia.
Okay.
And what I do is develop the business by networking with beautiful organizations such as yours to get to know people and to get people to know me as well as the product called Family Link.
Okay. We're going to see the picture of the product itself there on the screen. So tell us about that product?
Family Link is a home monitoring device and a communication device. And what it does, it tracks motion of seniors who have decided to live alone or to stay in an assisted living facility or a retirement community.
Okay.
It's going to keep them safe. If they're not safe, it's going to connect with a loved one, a caregiver.
How does that happen?
To let them know they're okay.
How the machine going to find out that you're not safe?
How does Family Link? It has a monitoring device that's built in. So you set it in a particular area where you know the senior is going to be moving around throughout the day. It's going to track their motion. If for some reason the motion is not there, it will automatically send the message to either the caregiver's cell phone or to a computer or family member's cell phone and computer.
Okay, let me understand.
Sure.
What if I'm a senior? I sit down for an hour. I do nothing because I want to sit down for an hour. Because that's going to send a senior to somebody and say, hello, something's happening.
Yes, I understand exactly what you're asking me, but the key is you set the thresholds. So you are going to set the timing that you know mom, grandmom will be more active in the home, or when she may be taking a nap or maybe sitting out on the sun porch. That way you will avoid any false alerts to be sent to you or family member, and there's nothing really wrong with grandma or grandmom.
I'm playing the avocado devil. Let's say the grandma want to watch a movie. Sit down for 2 hours. Next thing you know, the thing is alerting everybody that something is wrong. Or do you do 2 hours, 3 hours? How does that?
Well, you can set it anytime you'd like. You can set it for 4 hours at a time, or you can set it for 24/7. Now, the thing is synchronizing. You must synchronize with your loved one. So if you know mom, dad, grandmother, grandpa will be watching a movie for 2 hours, then you do not want to set it in that 2-hour time frame because it will send an alert indicating that they're not moving around and there is no motion.
Well, I'm pretty sure that even during the movie they're going to move anyway.
Exactly.
I don't think that they're going to sit there for 2 hours. But
right, right. So it's very important that you actually synchronize the device. Set the time when you know they're going to be up and about. The times that you know that they're not going to be up and about, that's when you want to make certain that you are keying in on the time so that that can be monitored. And it doesn't necessarily mean that there's something wrong with grandma. It doesn't mean that. It's basically alerting you to check, to have someone go and check, just to make certain everything's okay.
Okay. What else does it do?
It is a communication device. It keeps the seniors very well entertained. There are so many features on the device. For example, seniors are able to send messages. They can send messages to their grandchildren, to their children, to other friends and family members as well. They can receive messages from the same people.
Okay.
So it's a sense of connection. That way they do not feel alone. They feel they're not feeling lonesome. So they are actively involved, communicating and connected to their loved ones and family as well. They can send photos. Well, actually, the photos will have to come from the family members to them, but once they receive them, they're able to look at the photos 24/7 as long as they want. They can look at the photos individually, or they can set it up to look at them as a slideshow.
Oh, okay.
And that's something that's going to entertain them and keep them involved as well and connected. They can listen to music. There's a feature where they have multiple radio stations that they can tune into.
All right.
The different radio stations could be swing. They can listen to swing music. They can listen to music of the 60s. So there is a variety of things that they can do with the different features. News, weather report.
Okay.
Seniors may want to know, well, the weather here is nice today, but my daughter is out in Boston.
Gotcha.
What
Okay.
kind of weather is there? So all they need to do is just key in a zip code, and it automatically, just the push of a simple button, will tell them exactly what the weather is in different states and different areas.
Interesting. And one of the concepts you mentioned last time is that nobody can communicate to them, not like in a web where they can get spam.
Exactly.
So basically, that's they only connect to the people who having their address or people who know they're connected. Those not go to the whole world. It's not like a World Wide Web, just so you know.
Exactly. That is the uniqueness of Family Link. Only those who are connected to grandma or grandpa or mom or dad's link email can actually have access to Family Link, which means there's no intrusion. It's very different from a laptop computer. It runs on Family Link software and Family Link software only. That means there are no pop-ups, which can be very confusing to seniors. If
Yeah, they might donate all the fortune to somebody else.
Exactly, they could do that, or they'll get frustrated and just decide, you know, this is just not the thing for me. But that's not allowed when they're using Family Link. It's only the people that are set up in their network. They can invite as many people into their network as they desire. They can have one person communicating with them, or they can have 20, 50 people.
Okay.
But only those people that are designated and assigned to enter will have access to that. And that protects their privacy. And that's a great feature that Family Link offers, because it's not like a typical computer. There is no intrusion. There is no hackers. You don't have to worry about hackers for the information. So they're feeling secure. And the most important thing, Basil, is that their privacy is not being invaded.
Okay. Gotcha. Now, how does that work? Let's say I have it. I'll go and input the email address and the phone number of my family. Is that how it works for them to be into the system?
You invite them to become members of the network.
Okay, and then from their computer, once they get that invitation, they are linked to me.
They are linked, yes. It's kind of similar to Facebook. You invite friends to communicate with you. If you want to accept them as your friend, you can, and if you do not, then you have the option of not doing that as well. It's a very easy system to set up and to get started. It's maybe 1 or 2 or 3 steps, and it's all done, and they take off from there. It's very user-friendly.
Okay, we won't discuss price here, because we don't discuss price here. We are a higher level show. We don't talk price. My question to you is, who invented it? Where does the idea come from?
The idea came from the CEO and Vice President of iCare, Mr. Gregory Goot. Mr. Goot had a father who was a diabetic, and he had placed one of these units in the home of his dad, who was living alone. And his father suffered, I think, a diabetic coma. And he found his father slumped over the bed. He went, took his father to the hospital, and his life was saved. So this is also a life-saving device.
Gotcha.
So after that incident, it kind of took off, and that's where it is now.
He created that himself?
He invented, yes,
Oh, okay.
he invented the unit, yes, Gregory Goot, yes.
Is it why, first time, when I met you last time, that was first time I found out about it. That's why I wanted you to come to the show. Is it something that's now worldwide? Is it all over the United States? Where does that stand? Where does iCare stand as far as dissemination?
Well, we would love for it to become global, but right now it's local.
Local, what is that?
Local,
Ashburn only?
Ashburn, all of Loudoun County, and actually we're stretching out and reaching out to Fairfax County as well.
Oh, you're not even out of, you never made it Fairfax yet? Oh my goodness, that's interesting.
Actually,
well, at least the potential is there, right?
Well, you can help me to get it there.
Well, I can use one, but I don't know. I'm not allowed. I'm too young, I guess. Okay, now the question I have for you, how do you get involved yourself in eye care?
It's a very long story. About 2 years ago, I had seen eye care advertised in a newspaper. And when I learned of exactly what eye care was about and what they did, then I had a profound interest in wanting to do this. So I enjoy actually getting out there and marketing the product because I had a mom who, my mom is deceased now. That's what I mean when I said I had a mom. My mother was deceased, is deceased. She suffered from Alzheimer's disease. And I took care of my mother. I was the caregiver. I was a single parent. I was a full-time employee and a part-time student. I did not want to put my mom away. I wanted her to live with me and age in place. So I took my mom from her home. She lived with me, but I still had to go to work. I still had to go to school to finish my degree. So I was going back and forth for lunchtime to feed my mom, in the evenings to give her lunchtime, give her lunch, dinner time to give her dinner, take off to go to school, and then come back with her. My mom she would wander from time to time, so I received phone calls at work to tell me, your mom has been found in the neighborhood, please come to get her.
Wow.
My mom had taken several falls, and when I came home, I had no idea how long my mother had been lying on the floor. She was struggling to get the phone to call me, but she could not.
Gotcha.
So from those experiences, I'm very compassionate and very passionate about Family Link to get it out there to people who are in the situation that my mom was in 12 years ago. And hopefully this will touch lives. It will help people when a lot of people don't know what to do, where to go. Family Link, I consider that is a rescue source. Family Link is something that can help to save the lives of seniors. Family Link is also something that will keep seniors connected because when people get old, they have a tendency to feel alone, invisible. This keeps them connected to people they are very important to, connected to people who are important to them. And they do that through the photographs, through the video chats. They can actually have a live chat with their loved ones. And just like I'm talking to you, Bazelle, they can get before Family Link and have a conversation back and forth through video chat.
Gotcha. Well, I tell you what, a lot has been said about technology, but technology with the elder is a major impact. I was told last time I was visiting an elderly home that they are living longer.
Absolutely.
They're all now on Facebook. Everybody's finding whoever they met when they was 1 year old. It's happening. It's going. Keep them busy. Turnover is becoming a problem because turnover ain't happening.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
It's a definite blessing. The technology is unbelievable what technology can do.
Yes. Seniors are living longer, and it's a good thing to have something like this because Family Link helps. The more interaction you have with your loved ones and your friends, it helps to boost the spirit. So there's something to live longer for.
Yes, make sure.
Many times loneliness and invisibility, and being just the feeling of being alone and invisible can help to kill the spirit. And there's nothing to look forward to. But that's where Family Link comes in, because there is something to look forward to.
Gotcha.
There is a connection with people. And we're very proud of it. And it's my companion. I take it with me all the time. It reminds me of my mom. You know, I communicate with it. I have it set up in my mother's name. And when I send emails, I'm sending it to my mom, although she's in heaven. But, you know, that's what I do. And just think of all the people we'd love to touch. It's family, adult children. There's a sandwich generation now, and they're taking care of their children plus their parents. And this is something that can help them.
Definitely.
Give them peace of mind in knowing that their loved ones are safe throughout the day if they have to go to work, as I did, and leave them alone. It's reaching out and touching lives and making a difference and improving the quality of lives for seniors.
Definitely.
Yes.
I think the company is going to do extremely well. What do you think?
Oh, I believe it will. Absolutely.
Do you foresee any barrier
Yes.
obstacles to the expansion of eye care? Do you see anything that could hold the company back from exploding totally and completely?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We have some competitors out there.
Oh, you do?
But I've done my research, and I see where FamilyLink has an edge over many of the competitors.
Let me ask you this while I'm thinking about it. Entertainment, do you provide that? I guess we are running into somebody who told me they have a center, but I did not quite follow. Something they're putting in the elderly home or the home care, where the senior can go and have some entertainment play or whatever. Is that what you call in competition, those what they do there?
We don't have many competitors. There are devices out there that are similar to FamilyLink, but they do not offer the safety monitoring, and they do not offer all the other features as I mentioned to you.
Okay.
They don't have the video chats. Some of the units, they do not have the photograph exchanging. The games, they're able to play games. They can go on FamilyLink and be entertained by playing bridge, solitaire, mahjong. There's a graceful aging tab that they can take a look at and listen to video, watch video clips.
How about movies?
Movies, home movies.
Oh, okay.
As my mom's daughter, I can send her my favorite movies or her favorite movies, and she can just sit back and enjoy. So there are some things out there, but I believe that we're going to do very well.
I guess it's come down to how fast you can promote.
Well, I'm doing all and everything that I can. And certainly with your help and your show, the breakfasts and the networking, I've met a lot of wonderful people that's helping me to connect and connect and connect. And I thank you for that as well.
My pleasure. I think it's a valuable product. And I don't see anybody saying no to it. And it fits a definite major need. With the baby boomer coming now, a lot of people becoming baby boomer or aging. I think that the company unquestionably should do well. I would like for you to please take a minute. I know the first time you attended our breakfast was on February 14th.
Yes, it was. Most enjoyable. I enjoyed every moment of it.
Okay, I would like for you to take a minute and tell our audience your experience about it. Because when I say about it, I say, oh, that's him talking. So I rather refer to you.
It was a wonderful experience.
Okay.
That was my first time. You invited me. And I had attended another meeting prior to that, and I sat in my car that particular day, vacillating. Should I go all the way to Fairfax? I was in Leesburg, so that was like coming from one side of the world to the other. But something sort of moved me in your direction, and I walked in and I discovered a harp. I enjoy harp music.
Okay.
I had no idea that there was going to be entertainment and a harpist there to entertain the guest. So I signed in, I think you were there, and I said to you, how did you know I like harp music? And you said, oh, I kind of had a feeling. And from that point on, I mean, it was a glorious occasion. I stood and I watched the lady playing the harp, and I took pictures of her. And I recorded her music, and she had some CDs that I decided to get one. And I play it to this day. When I'm driving to work, it's in my car, and I listen to the beautiful music, and it just soothes me, you know, and takes away the stress that I go through in the morning getting to work. It was a wonderful experience. I didn't really eat, but I did have some yogurt. The other food, the aroma was just wonderful of the food. Everything was just perfectly organized. I see that you put a lot into it, and I will be back.
Thank you very much. Folks, she's referring to a breakfast club, which you can see the website there, blnbc.com. We host that at the Old Town Hall in Fairfax every second or third Thursday of the month. We'd love to have you there. So you can have the same experience she has, basically. And while we are on the subject, I want to mention that we have an expo coming on May the 17th in Reston, Sunset Hill Road. We'll have 100 exhibitors, and we're expecting 400 to 500 business people. And that's going to be a very, very exciting event. We have one in December, went very well, so we're doing it there again. So now I have a question for you. What is your biggest challenge?
My biggest challenge is to get FamilyLink into the hands of many patients who are discharged from hospitals all around. I've had some pretty good connection with Innova, Innova FAIRFAX, Innova, there's another Innova, and it's not, for some reason, I'm not thinking of the other hospital. And just yesterday, I did meet with the case manager at Reston Hospital. Okay. And they were very, very impressed with the Family Link unit. And they are going to see that many of the patients are exposed. Family Link becomes visible to patients who have been just discharged. And that's a big issue because the rate of return to the hospital once discharged has increased. So that's where Family Link will come in when you think about the fact that you can actually do video chatting. You can set your primary physician up in your link, in your network. And if for some reason you need to have a prescription filled, or if you're not feeling well, the senior wakes up in the morning and is just not feeling at his or her best, well, they can get on and send a real quick email to their doctor. When the doctor's free after doing his rounds or whatever, he can connect to that senior, meaning that senior did not have to leave the house to get medical attention, to talk to the doctor, and just walk through things. It may be a prescription that can be filled without having to leave the house, and that's done just through the network of having a connection with the physician and the principal of the Family Link unit. So there's so many wonderful things that Family Link can do. And that is my challenge.
Remind me after the show, I think of a referral that I need to give you, somebody you can connect to.
Thank you.
Just so you can hook up to them. And also, my question to you: are you a member of the Loudoun Chamber? Are you guys members?
iCare is a member of the Reston Chamber of Commerce. Is that different from?
It's different. Okay. Reston, Loudoun. But the reason I'm saying that is just cross. But you can find it. That would be another referral. I'm giving it over here. Hello, I do give referral, as you can tell. The current chairman of the board of the Loudoun Chamber of Commerce is work at the hospital Reston.
Oh. Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you for sharing that information.
Yes, you can contact her and definitely get a hold of her. I'm sure and ask to meet with her. I highly recommend that.
Thank you so much.
Yes, meet her, and then I'm sure she will be of great assistance and help for you.
Okay, I appreciate that referral.
Yeah, you're very welcome. The second one is the eye doctor. Is a guy who operates differently than the other doctors in the sense that you can call him. He's on call. If somebody have an issue, you can call him over the phone, and then he's talk to you and then take care of you, whatever. If he needs to come home, he comes. He doesn't operate from a hospital per se, and it's growing very much. It's called Eye Doctor or whatever. I'll send you an email so you can get information.
Thank you very much.
I think that will be a great contact as well.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
As you can see, I'm working.
Yes, you are.
Now, my next question to you is, do you consider your biggest success?
What do I consider my biggest success?
Yes.
My biggest success is, as I said, touching the lives of seniors, helping them to feel comfortable as they're aging in place, helping them to find joy as they age in place, and security, and just not be worried, but to age gracefully and know that Family Link has their back. That is a challenge. The comfort, because the more comfortable you are, the less you worry. And that's with anything. As a human being, the less we worry, the healthier we stay. So we're there to help them. Yes.
Okay. Definitely. One of the things you guys can do, if we can manage to make that happen, is to become an exhibitor at our expo on May 17th. I definitely think because you need to move fast. With technology, the problem with technology is if you have it, you need to move faster than Skype.
That is true.
Otherwise, somebody's watching it, they turn around and produce that same product, and then they beat you to it.
You're absolutely right.
So it's a matter of how fast and furiously can you move, determine the success of iCare.
Good point.
Okay, so but it requires broad promotion as much as you can. Obviously, I'm not saying go on TV because you might not be able to buy a night for the Super Bowl just yet.
Not yet. It's coming.
But the way I see it, the reason I want you to come to the show because I see it's a highly valuable product and helpful. That's what I want to help you get the word out. So my suggestion to use any move to get the word out very rapidly. Because you say, as you put it, a lot of people are in the sandwich generations, kids and the elderly. So this is a tool that will help them improve the quality of life, or the seniors they're involved with, and also make their life to that degree that much easier.
Yes.
That's why I don't see any barrier or obstacle in the future, except they're not finding out about it.
Exactly.
Okay, as far as I can see, to me that's the biggest barrier, and you have it now. My goal is got it run fast. I'm surprised you're not in DC yet, but I know you will. You haven't made it to Fairfax. You're soon going to be in DC.
And you're right. Actually, you're pretty